I hope you guys and girls are well and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. And you join me here back on Car Mechanics Simulator 2021. And this is going to be probably part 1 of 2 on this restoration project on this. I'm going to show you guys. I know what it is. You guys probably know what it is anyway, but I'll just cover it for those people. It is a 1973 Ford Escort RS 1600 Mk1. Yes, these in good and unplayed with condition are quite rare. There are people that have restored these out and about, but unless you know the person or look at their work or get someone to adjudicate their work, you don't know what you may be in for, because some people, I'm not saying all people bad at motor vehicle engineering, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is some people aren't as good as some other people. You may find that the welds ain't as good as it should be and other bits and pieces, but you know, you might get yourself a good car. But they might be charging you way too much for it. Either way, let's start off by actually, the first things first, let's check its actual value, because I haven't done that yet. Well, as you can see, we are making a loss on it so far. And all I've done is had it parked here. I've done nothing to it. So first things first, let's wash it. Oops, as I spin around too quickly. Okay. Yes. The dust was hiding a multitude of sins. A multitude of sins. Let's quickly just before and after. Regular mode, please. It's missing bits from the interior. It's got rubbish in it. What looks like? Looks like rubbish in there. A cone of some sort. Looks like coffee cup, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, interior doesn't look too bad, but let's give it a spruce anyway. Oh, okay. There you go. It was a lot worse than I thought it was. That's better. The coffee cup's still there. I don't know what that's about. I think there might be something glitching in from underneath. Perhaps. I could be wrong. Actually, I'm not expecting it to, but no. Okay, cool. Let us take it to the... Now, which lift did I have this on? Lift 2? Yeah, lift 2. On lift 1 is my next project, which is Porsche 911, I believe. Yeah, RS. Okay. So, if you guys are into Porsches, that'll be the next one. Anyway, let's start off. Let's have a quick look, see if we can do anything on this. Of course, it shouldn't have an OBD. Shouldn't have an ECU in this, unless someone's played with it in the past and put one in. These would have been probably an early form of maybe injection, but most of them were either carb fed. This looks like it's been slightly played with, so this is an original. Let's while it's letting me do bits and pieces. Probably. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do that. As you can see, that's not looking good. Electronics test. I normally do all this off screen. I haven't done none of this yet so far, so. There's bits and pieces on here that are still within... See, those fuses have been replaced at some point in their lives. or in better condition than the other ones. Let's do that as well. Yeah, she's in a bit of tired state, I could tell. One of those tyres looked alright. Yeah, one of those tyres was alright. All I'm doing is just devaluing it even more and more and more. Let's have a quick look before I start tearing it to bits. That's done me no difference or no favours. Alright, okay. By washing it, it's done nothing. Right, let's remove that. Where's the battery? It should be in the front here somewhere. In the back? I don't think you got that on Escorts. I think they were in the front. I'm pretty sure they were in the front. It has been a while since I've worked on one, so... I think one I worked on was a Mark II. So... Right, that needs all draining. Gets it all out to drain. Thank you. Over to here. Again, that's in the wrong place. That wouldn't be there. That would be up on the bulkhead. And it would be over here, on the, just below the... on the dash, well, on the bulkhead, just below where the driver wheel would be, or just alongside where the driver wheel would be. Right, that's done. Has this got... I don't think should have power steering, but you never know. Artistic license and all that good stuff. I don't see a bottle for one. Do you? It shouldn't have. These didn't have power steering back then because it was a bit. It was a sort of like. It was a luxury back then. It was an optional extra. Let's go in here and start tearing out all this as well. Come on, give me some of these. Then. Technically, you don't need to do this. It's a good idea to take all the fuses out and that, but you don't necessarily do it. You just disconnect the main loom from the bottom of it. That probably might need draining, so let's make sure it is drained before we take it out. Yep. I don't want to do it again. I just want to take out parts. The engine I will leave alone because that could take that out on the bench or on the engine stand. Right. Do the wings come off? Yes, they do. Is it accurate? They weren't welded on back then. They were bolted on. Which was handy. Now, I can't actually say whether these panels were... I don't think they were. I don't think you'd remove... You could cut one off. But you'd need to re-weld one back on. Right, okay. Let's start removing the interior, shall we? That. All done. No, I want to go back to normal mode, please. No, I just want to go back normal mode. Thank you. I think that is everything that can be stored. Can I get that from here? I'd be very... yeah. That I can get, but that was right next to it. No, it's beyond the lift. Maybe if I just lift it, maybe that will resolve said issue. Let's have a quick look. No, it needs to be accessed from underneath, even though I can see it from here. It would actually be underneath. It'd be probably around about, sort of just before where the spare footwell would be. No, sorry, spare wheel well would be, I should say. Let's take her up. I'll go from front to back now. Start from the petrol tank. And then work our way along. Of course, mechanic's best friend. And these are drums on the back, which is historically correct. Start taking these bits out. Now, you could, if you really wanted to upgrade it to the modern day, you can change those hubs out and actually have discs. The purists out there would crucify you for doing that, and it could potentially devalue it because it's no longer original. It would greatly improve the car's braking performance. As it would be changing these leaf springs to McPherson struts. You'd have to reconfigure the bodywork to accept it as well. You'd have to do up in the arch. You'd have to make it so it accept the strut. And again, that would greatly devalue the car because the purists won't touch it anymore because it's been played with. But again, it would greatly improve the car's handling. See, now that sort of thing I agree with, doing that sort of thing with aspects to handling. Going OTT and going nuts and then making it all, unless they're going to actually use it for for racing, then that would be, you know, pointless. And then people, the youngsters, they would lower it, slam it down to the deck. And, you know, I'm not saying that's necessarily a wrong. I disagree with doing it. Change the suspension so it's more usable for every day, but lowering it so it feels like you're driving something that's potentially a bone shaker, which lots of youngsters do, I think is not good. Tweak it a little bit by all means, but just so it doesn't look like it's sitting so high up on the springs, or giving it slightly firmer suspension settings so it doesn't, if you are driving it around, it doesn't roll so much. You, of course, if putting the struts on the back, you would need to have a rear torsion bar as well, and again you'd have to configure that to work with that. It's doable, expensive but doable. I should really take the rest of the exhaust out, and I will do that in a sec. Let's just come on. Oh, of course, there's the hub bearing in there. Take that out. The filter looks pretty new. which again suggests to me that at some point this was being looked at after, and then all of a sudden just started getting worse and worse. More bits and pieces needed replacing, and the person just couldn't keep up with its maintenance, which happens, unfortunately. It can happen to a lot of the classic cars as the parts become more and more rare. Two things typically happen. If it's a daily driver for said person, their option A is which don't drive it anymore, drive it less, is something which they can't do because it's their daily driver and they need to use it on a daily basis. If it's not their daily driver, if it's just something they take out on the weekends, then they just drive it less and less. If it is a daily driver, then, and again it's like, yeah, I need new parts, or I can't afford said parts because they're quite rare and they're quite expensive now. It kind of goes on the back boiler, and then slowly over time, more and more bits. One part has a knock-on effect to another part, and another knock-on effect to another part. Before you know it, you've got a whole list of things wrong with it. And it becomes undrivable in the end. Or it becomes dangerous to drive. And it's a shame, but in modern cars that can happen, where people just neglect it and it doesn't get done, and because people don't know. Some people don't know how to sort of look at a car, or what the implications of non-servicing a car is, or keeping the car in good shape is. They just use it as something to get about, and then just jump in it, start it, drive it to wherever, get out of it, and they don't check things. Had oil in it. See, go down, and come on, let me look at the crane. Thank you. I want to pull it out. Thank you. Stick it in my rocket, my skyrocket pocket. Right, there is some bits still left in here. That filter didn't seem to want to go with the engine, which seems legit. And that needs to come out. And that, I think, is everything in here. So it should just be a chassis now. It's even worse off now. Is there some interior bits still in here then? Just quickly have a quick perusal. I don't see anything. No. Right, okay. Let us get the welder. And that's us welded. Mind your eyes, peeps. Oh, it's not too bad, a welding price. Yay. Not a fan of the colour. I think I might have to change that. It's not a bad colour, just not a fan of it. Right, okay, so that's that done. Let us go to here and let's start laving up bits and pieces and repairing bits and pieces. And repairing what we can repair and breaking stuff at the same time. And then we'll start putting bits that we can put back on. And you know what the story is, peeps. I will repair the engine Off screen. Uh-oh. Do not break that again, Kev. Yes, just got that. Not that a radiator is going to be breaking the bank anytime soon, but I'd rather try and save the original parts if we can. Not break them like that. Oh, that's broken that completely. My cat-like refreshers are not working with me today. I see there's a drag DLC, or drag racer DLC. I don't think I'm going to bother with that. It looks okay, it looks fun, but I just don't think I'm going to bother. I was never... Although I kind of like drag racing, I'm not the sort of person that would really get involved with it. Oops. Try that again, Kev. I should really take... hang on, let's come back out then. Because that's... The disc's done. Take that off. Put the next one on. And go back to repairing. Great how he does that with the gearbox. In real life, it's not easy to repair a gearbox. You have to strip them all down. And they're quite a complicated bit of kit, and unless you know what you're doing with a gearbox, and I admit I wouldn't. I know how a gearbox works, and I know how to take them to bits, and how to put and clean them up, put them back together. It's something which takes a lot of patience, and I'd probably leave it to someone that's good at restoring gearboxes to do. I'm not saying I can't do it. I'm just saying I'd probably tip my hat and go, right, okay, leave it to someone that actually does them on a daily basis to restore. Just because they're gonna make a better job of it, and it just saves you time having to do it yourself. Okay, you're gonna have to pay someone to do it, but problem is, if you get it wrong and don't do it right, when you go to put the gearbox back in, and then try to... Let's put the engine on the stand. There you go. You're going to suffer the consequences. You put it all back together again, and then you go to drive it, and you can't put it in gear, or it's difficult getting through or changing gears, or you get noises, grinding noises when you put it in gear or stuff. It just takes the smallest of mistakes in the gearbox, and then you're ultimately paying the price of, oh dear, something's not right here. I'm going to have to whip the gearbox back out again and see what's wrong with it. Where the people that do them daily, they have special ways and means of making sure that the gearboxes are alright. They're doing it with intolerance, and they pretty much know what they're doing with gearboxes. And they have guarantees, so if you do put it in your car and it doesn't work for whatever reason, you can say, oi, the gearbox is no good. I have to redo it, please. So we're going to work our way from front to back now. I'm probably going to have to buy bits and pieces, but I'll leave that as a list of stuff to buy. Let's see if we've got any Kate bushings. We have not got any Kate bushings. So I will have to purchase. Actually, I'll do that now. Let's go to the shop and go to parts and go to suspension, and then scroll down and buy a metric ton of them. do? Buy part. I'll buy some of these just in case. I've probably got some, but just in case. I'll buy some more. I'll only buy 20 of them. Right. Throw the cake bushings in. Again, it makes it look so easy. It's not really that easy in real life. You have to press them in. Some you do, some you can bolt, but most of them are pressed in. We need track rods. Are probably going to need replacing. Ooh, one's within tolerable range, 50%. Nah, I might as well just buy new parts. Gonna need to get some bearings. I know that for a fact. Unless I've got one in my... Oh, again, 53%. I could stick that back on, but I won't. Now I should have... I do have some good discs or pads. I could use those. In fact, I will use those. I know it's not 100%, and I know you should be doing that, and I've told you guys never to do that. But they're not that badly broken, and you could potentially just reflush them, so there's more. They're more flat if they have got any indentations in them. That's no good. No brainer. And I could literally just go and buy no set of pads, but I'd see why not just throw them on as is. We've made a improvement to the existing set, so cool. Let's put the lower wishbone in. The control arm, as some people call it. The struts, I know I'm going to have to replace. And the suspension springs, again, I know I'm going to have to replace. Go to the back. I'll take a look at that exhaust. I'm pretty sure it's pretty tired, but... Now, I know one of those, I broke one, didn't I? I broke one of the slave cylinders, yeah, and I knew I had. So I'm going to be having to replace that. Drums are totally gone. Did the springs survive? They did survive. Let's put cake bushing in the back, in the front. Let me over there, please. Over there. Now, the plate for the Brinsley spring. Only had one of them. I don't think I have any U-bolts. Right, okay, so let's hop over to this side. Same again, I'm probably going to get a new plate because I think there's only one. And some U-bolts. I have to put them on my list. Let me over. No, come on. Let me over here. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have more of them. No, I don't. Let me over here, please. Thank you. And I'm going to need this slave cylinder in. Brake cylinder, some people call them. I still call them slave cylinders. Yeah, I can't put this... the shoes in until then. don't think there's anything else I can put on. Let's just check the exhaust. Didn't think there'd be... Oh! July? It is 51%. And it is an easy part to repair. Or replace. So I will put that in because it's got some life back still in it. It seems a bit silly, but because replacing the whole rest of the exhaust, but no, I want to add parts. Thank you very much. There we go. There we go. Did that part not survive, or did I not have that part? I thought I had that part. No, I don't have that part, so that's the part I need to purchase. No, that windscreen's completely gone. That's completely gone. Did the wing mirror survive it? It did. Doesn't have the left one. Yay. Boot. Rear bumper got restored. Nice. The lights I don't think are restorable, but we'll check any. Ooh, they were restorable. Cool. So we need to get some more parts and pieces for it. But I think that's pretty much everything, bar the engine. And the bits that are broken are still in my pocket. Let us see how much it's worth for now, shall we? Yeah, frame's in good condition. Parts still missing. Still making a loss. But I'll leave it at that as the first episode. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to like. If you did enjoy it for any reason at all, please feel free to dislike. Please leave comments down below either way, so at least then I'm aware and I can try to improve in the future. If you know anyone else that may also might enjoy watching this, guys and girls, please feel free to share. Helps me out a lot. I don't mind you sharing. And if you're new to my channel and see future episodes of this or anything else I'm working on, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're aware as soon as I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.